find out what happens when Karrie takes her yearly New Year vacation and leaves Victoria in charge of her first party. If you have yet to listen to the previous stories on Karrie's saga, visit the link in the top right of the video to listen to the first story about Karrie. Like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss another story in the Karrie saga. Karrie, seeking solace in a beachfront cottage, is reluctantly pulled back into the world of her twisted parties when her sister, Victoria, pleads for her expertise in salvaging a disastrous New Year's celebration. What was meant to be a night of nightmarish revelry turns unexpectedly pleasant, leaving Victoria baffled and the guests suddenly enjoying themselves. In a surprising twist of mercy, Karrie and Victoria decide to spare the guests from a potentially lethal fate, ensuring that the night remains a haunting memory without permanent consequences. The sound of crashing waves and the distant cries of seagulls welcomed Karrie as she stepped onto the beach, eager to escape and embrace the solitude of a New Year's vacation. She had rented a cozy beachfront cottage, a perfect refuge from the stress of planning and carrying out her sinister parties. The first night, she was passed in tranquility, with the rhythmic lullaby of the ocean soothing Karrie to sleep. But on the second day, just as the sun dipped below the horizon, her phone vibrated with an incoming call. The display showed it was her sister, Victoria. "Karrie, I need you back in town," Victoria pleaded. "The New Year's party is a disaster and I can't handle it alone. You're the only one who can save it." Karrie hesitated, torn between the serenity of the beach and her protégée, Victoria. Eventually, the sense of duty prevailed, and she reluctantly packed her bags, leaving the tranquil seclusion for home. Upon her return, Karrie was pleased with how the manor looked. Victoria had done a great job of preparing the outside of the manor to look like the biggest New Year's party of the century. "Thank goodness you're here," Victoria whispered, her voice trembling. "People are acting strange. It was not supposed to be like this. I can't explain it. I put out the decorations and sent the invitations as planned. Then, I prepared the food and drink with the Eclipsium elixir as intended. Instead of plunging them into a nightmarish world of their fears and being physically helpless, they seem to be having a good time. I double-checked the dosage, and it is correct. How do I salvage this?" Karrie surveyed the room. The guests have smiles on their faces and are in a relaxed state. It may be a bad batch of the elixir. One of the ingredients could have been improperly collected, perhaps. "Don't worry. We can go to the cellar and gather the ingredients from the fresh order I have recently purchased. Then, make a new batch of the Eclipsium elixir to distribute." Karrie and Victoria made their way to the dimly lit cellar. The flickering light of a single bulb revealed rows of dusty shelves lined with mysterious jars and vials. They mixed the ingredients, filled the elixir flasks, and returned to the party. They made it upstairs just as the guests awakened from their dreamy state. Slipping some of the new elixirs into the drinks, they handed them out for a midnight toast to bring in the new year. The effects begin to take hold as the guests unknowingly consume the tainted refreshments. The atmosphere in the manor shifts dramatically. Laughter turns into nervous giggles, and joyous conversations devolve into hushed whispers filled with paranoia. The once opulent surroundings warp into grotesque visions, and the guests, now lost in their hallucinations, become unwitting participants in Victoria's sadistic games, with the help of Karrie salvaging the night. Karrie and Victoria embraced the surreal atmosphere and turned it into an interactive experience. They subtly manipulated the visions, creating strange occurrences and illusions that perplexed the guests. Whispers echoed through hidden speakers, mysterious figures danced in the shadows, and doors led to unexpected places. As the night unfolded, the guests were entangled in a surreal journey that blurred the lines between reality and horror. Karrie and Victoria, hidden behind the scenes, orchestrated a carefully crafted tapestry of confusion and horror. Karrie and Victoria decide that since this party had an unexpected hiccup, nobody would face death at this New Year's party. Even though no one would remember the night's events, probably, it was better not to take any chances. The guests, though shaken, couldn't deny the uniqueness of the experience. They left the manor confused and frightened, unsure whether they had just witnessed a strange dream or a meticulously orchestrated spectacle. Karrie and Victoria watched from the shadows, satisfied with their unconventional success. "Don't worry, Victoria," Karrie said. "Valentine's Day is coming up next month. We can start looking for unsuspecting guys to lure in like a black widow. We will have our fun then." Thanks for tuning in this month to experience more suspense, horror, and the chilling secrets unfolding on Karrie's New Year's vacation. Your support means a lot. Remember to show your appreciation by clicking the like button, subscribing to our channel, and hitting the notification bell for your front row seat to more twisted tales.